We, the Igbos in the Federal Capital Territory, are calling on the sensitivities of the federal government of Nigeria, the President of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we are calling on the judiciary and the sons and daughters, the eminent children of the Southeast, to please put their heads together and see for the release of NNAMDI KANU.
Yes, the call for the release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU continues to ring. Odika federal government on a pay deaf ears to it. If I have another association na the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja, we can know if I na this video, their leader made a statement concerning the release of MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Also to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Obuni watch share this video. We videos on get play from 19 Okelena TV. Now that video that you will not want to miss. So Bambo Kabaro settle down watch the video from beginning to the end. Kinuri Fe made this video. And then you watch see Kabaro drop bottom opinion in the comment section. Each to start the video can also win with you on the updates. Watch the rest of the video, guys.
We the Igbos in the Federal Capital Territory are calling on the sensitivities of the federal government of Nigeria, the President of Nigeria, His Excellency Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and we are calling on the judiciary and the sons and daughters, the eminent children of the Southeast, to please put their heads together and see for the release of NNAMDI KANU from detention. It will also enable him to see the gravesite of his father. While calling for that, we also call for the president to draw from his wealth of being an activist before he became the senator in Lagos. To remember the days when he fought for democracy in Nigeria, and to draw from that, to know that he's the only president that we know that has ever been an activist in this light, and we know that he understands partially, if not totally, the struggle that NNAMDI KANU has been embarking on.
I want to defend about it because I'm not active on social media. I want to put it on social media. Then, some people is forming not to see it. Some people is forming not to see that very news. I want to have form not to see it. Dr. NGOZI Orabueze have equally did a broadcast with it. If they formed not to see it from Dr. NGOZI Orabueze, Kelena TV is now here to bring it out to their scene. If one Dr. NGOZI Orabueze, you have Kelena TV, and what was that? Now the Southeast governors voted against MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Don't get it twisted. One may be forced to ask, after the stories behind into MAZI NNAMDI KANU and into MAZI NNAMDI KANU were born now, and for years, which I can't believe, and the audio who grown on here, but MAZI NNAMDI KANU, no bro narapia, no do yadan buying. And remember, these same Southeast governors, Bonde Nehu, Senambada Baya Diozima. The same farmer, especially from Imo State, Sena, the insecurity, the Nambada Bia, the governor of Imo State, now it has nothing to do with IPOB. Then Hana lament about the insecurity. MAZI NNAMDI KANU put a court on Nehu, Senabron Arabia now. The insecurity, and these same our leaders, they are worried about the level of the insecurity. Then they see or they saw the stories behind MAZI NNAMDI KANU and the promise he have made, the part he have to play, which some of them agreed that MAZI NNAMDI KANU that he has a part to play by the insecurity. All of a sudden, the same people now voted against that. They believe that Nobro Hana Narap MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Some of them believe Narapiana Udo Yade. MAZI NNAMDI KANU Narapian Udo Yade. All of a sudden, they've now voted against Erapia Kudad. One of the reasons how you vote against that, but will be a high Aboka Arapiana. This my boy is not prepared for the next election. Arapia with political solution, automatically he may agree to become governor. You gotta go for that reason. Then somebody somewhere that is gearing up for senator or House of Assembly member, or yes, becoming House of Assembly member. Oh yeah, say no, this is his dream of becoming House of Assembly member or a senator. Some of them that have the interest of becoming governor. For political solution. No, this governorship. So for that reason, with all the stories behind it does not matter to them. And remember, those that is with MAZI NNAMDI KANU, IPOB, DOS, they told you no political solution. Where we release MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Now that the political solution have failed, Mezi asif na for the news. Dr. Orabueze Exposês na for Kelena TV is now here with that very video of Dr. Orabueze. Remember, I have said before, Nobro Neka through the hand of God before. That is, Mobro need envy, jealousy, hatred by the side. The hand of God. For the finger of God. For the voice of God. The voice of God. You know, okay, Fanchanaga for political solution, where they are not to them, political solution the easy. In Eliana as a carnal being, political solution the very easy. But a voice was saying something then, and that voice was tiny yet very audible. And what was the voice saying? That voice was the voice of the carrier and deliverer of new dimension. The voice of MAZI and Joko. What was that voice saying? When others, those that claimed to know it all, those that has been working hand to hand with MAZI NNAMDI KANU, when they were shouting political solution, a tiny voice, genuine voice, tiny yet audible, the voice of God was echoing through a man. MAZI and Joko, God help me. Remember, I am a preacher of the gospel of redemption. So I want to preach it with anointing and power. The voice was echoing, still echoing, about multidimensional approach. That was the voice, or that was what the voice was saying, and they continue saying today. Multidimensional approach. That is the voice of God. That is the tiny voice, yet very, very audible, very important. The voice of MAZI was talking about multidimensional approach. They have been through since 2010 with MAZI NNAMDI KANU. Noriana 2015, MAZI NNAMDI KANU has been going through. They were saying political solution. They did not stop there. Fangia na enyemazi insult. Go and get your data if you are in Bongo, because I have a message. Insult to the point after KG, now they have failed. The politicians went to Wasiobi, the for political solution, because all politicians went to Wasiobi that will facilitate that very political solution. Factories all their eggs gathered it in one basket. But a wise man that is speaking the mind of God was saying multidimensional approach. In the Kanauli, they gathered all their eggs in one basket. Now, the Southeast governors have crushed all their eggs. That is to say, if there is no Mazeba, if we vote against that political solution, Biafra, squash and there. Wanna thank God for God. Thank God for Mazeba. And recently, there are people that is fighting that multidimensional approach of Mazeba and Joko. The gangsters, the egg carrying freedom fighters, the Eggman and his group, and they now joined them. One participant in France have equally joined them, because one participant called USB declared the only symbol of the only way forward, the place where the multidimensional approach is functioning. Macron USB led government of Dr. Orabueze now, she uphold that multidimensional approach, went to Finland and declared Biafra. They are USB Nigeria. Another declared USB declared by Dr. Orabueze. the white painted hair woman, na Germany, aboya USB terrorists. Now, that USB declared by Dr. NGOZI Orabueze, but the only hope, I know now, because IPOB DOS, by the virtue of this very voting against MAZI Nnamdi Kanu declaration, Southeast and South governors, let me put it that way, they have just ended IPOB. Okay, MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. So let us go. And I am praying to God that Dr. NGOZI Orabueze may not fail, that she should continue holding strong that very multidimensional approach of MAZI Banjoko. Let us listen to her. Kejana Afozo, Ohedia no Quife. Because in Emma, we talk too much. I freeze Yoro, Ayana Wamba. Okay. And there we go. Listen.
They care about their agenda to Islamize the whole Nigeria. But thank God, Biafra is a free nation today.
Exactly.
So
thank God that Biafra is a free nation today. Some people is yet to see Biafra as a free nation. The reason, because they hated Dr. NGOZI Orabueze with passion. The reason why would you ever why they declare bro their leader? The thing out of envy and jealousy. I'm a berro that Biafra has been declared. Let's say no one no Sundia. Political solution. By now, oh na kachi ye fofananya. Facho was a multidimensional approach. But some of us that saw that multidimensional approach from head of time, some of us that saw the carrier and deliverer of new dimension, the man that MAZI Nnamdi Kanu said that go and listen to Simon Banjoko. He is bringing new dimension to this very awareness that he is making. We saw the new dimension. We saw the carrier, we saw the deliverer, and we followed him. When the likes of Chiamaka Jereda saw him as a man we saw him as the carrier and deliverer of new dimension. We followed. We are always, I ain't at the right, always. I ain't at the right. Just now, Dr. NGOZI Orabueze war on social media. We have seen that the reason why I just she is COS of the MAZI. After KG MAZI, a message came that she should represent MAZI. She should take his place for the meantime. Surrogate. After the message came that she should protect the mandate. That is the reason why I know that a woman whom declared, whom saw every opportunity to join cabals that could have called off the declaration, and she never did. That such a woman cannot suddenly become an agent. That is the only crime we have committed. Continue to listen to her. That thank God that Biafra is a new nation today. By now, the political solution will be looking for another solution. But we don't solve the problem already. Listen to her.
those of you that are still thinking there is a magic that will happen by those that think you've been following NNAMDI Kanu for years.
You know, when I talked about talking to NNAMDI, some people they misunderstand it. I made the video edit into a suit to their own narrative, and that is their business. I am a preacher, not a freedom fighter. If you inform them ahead of time, inform them, not to bring them in. But before you inform them, assemble our best brains abroad. Then inform the national badabai. Call Adedika. Inemify Wakarafa. As an Intibu can Nampebu Cantibu. Some people have that. Already them cover into where the farmer. Some of them believed that magic, that somehow, that Southeast governors will one day agree for political solution to free MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Today, they have been disgraced. They have been put to shame. That the voice of God, that the voice of redemption, that the carrier and deliverer of new dimension, that is where God is. In a political solution, I very easy. And in it to Ayana, now man the cheese. Never is, never God is. God, that seems difficult. Multi-dimensional approach. And it has been proven. Continue to listen.
You've been following IPOB that NNAMDI Kanu started.
Yes. That is what they always tell us. You cannot be an IPOB member of MAZI Nnamdi Kanu. Nah, I am on there. You cannot be a member. Over a matter of being a member, you are possessed with envy and jealousy, hatred for one another. Or me, let me use that word, me, that is not a member, I am displaying not to hate anybody, speaking that I know to be true to the social media. But to you, continue to listen. All hatred being here, what radio, go and listen to him, that he is bringing new dimension. War, hatred. But me, that is not a member, that have no hate in me. I saw it, I hear it, I listen to it, and I believe it. Listen.
You are fighting for NNAMDI KANU. Wonders can happen one day.
Yes.
You are negotiating with your terrorist, delegitimized governors of the South.
Now, these are men and women that is speaking the mind of God as the Spirit leads them. And the one near Ghana Fozo. Fast now, Dr. Nigeria state. Hatro, when in Dr. Ngozo as a boys about whoa, Obodobongo, Obodoman, whoa, social media, 5 years not to. These are men and women that operate as the Spirit lead. When you're body, you have not when you go over now. They are working as the Spirit lead. Whomever we bless is blessed. Man, whomever we cost is cost. I had the not at a cost again. If you cost us, you are cost. These are men and women whom God is using at this age if I love this affair of not carnally, but by divine inspiration, divine wisdom, and the continue to listen.
Southeast and South part of Nigeria. Those of you that think anything good will come out from that, you can see now that you've been made a fool.
Are you not seeing that you've been made a fool? If I before now, she is calm, demolishing them, calmly demolishing them, calmly telling them that hard truth they are afraid of. All of them now, they don't go hide their faces in shame, hide their faces in disgrace, hide their faces in regret. Why? Because they fought a man with the voice of God. Multi-dimensional approach. It seems difficult, but that is where God is. And some writers to them, political solution but the best. But to God, multi-dimensional approach but the best, because family. So for you to hold them or capture them, you must approach them multi-dimensional. Because you are operating with multi-dimensional approach. They have just hide their faces in shame. Yes, that is the truth. Continue to listen to Dr. Orabueze. She calmly demolished them. She calmly tell them there is a state that is I can chance. How did you join this very USB-led government? Why we wait for Mazeba? He joined. Continue to listen.
Because right under your nose, yesterday, the senators from the Southeast, and I believe South part of the old Nigerian state, they all voted not to release NNAMDI KANU.
You see it? You see it? They all voted against political solutions. And I told you, they cannot. Because how would you go for I for senator? Ufonye I for House of Assembly? Ufonye I for state governor? Or be not as a guy for political solution. Kafara Puzie, that they worked for. I believe in partisan politics very, very well. All of a sudden, they will just abandon their party, their friends, their family. There's already a political solution. They can somehow join there. And they did not stop there. I heard that they equally vote. I heard that they voted. She God help me. This is people you want to do political solution with. Then when I said you only feature him, assemble our best friends first, and they inform them. I said, oh, you are bringing in politician. Oh look, political solution. Who are you bringing in? Oh, idiot. Some high people in Nigeria but no very useless people. I said, assemble our best brains first abroad. Present to them this USB declared. Present document to them. But for this is their own. We need their help. Can these people go and end somewhere? And when you assemble our best brains all over the world, inform one day the legitimized. But to inform them. Oh, you are bringing in politicians. How can you get freedom with politicians? Oh, look. But people was busy romancing political solution for years. Not until a few days ago. The people that could have triggered something that will bring that political solution, the people vote against it. Now, IPOBO look, remember, how do you intend to achieve that your political solution?